Good evening, Stephen Huber, and let me congratulate for your wonderful online webinar on this wonderful topic. And what had gone into in India for last 6 months during the COVID time, it was a very, very challenging time for schools. When I talk about schools, you understand the magnitude of the institutions in the country. We have about 1.5 million schools in the country, 8.7 million primary and secondary school teachers, and almost 260 million enrollments. And all these things have come to a normal, in a sense, everything came to standstill, and the institutions were closed, and it was a challenging task for the institutions to continue the learning. And I must tell with great pride that all the institutions across the country have jumped into the virtual mode and started teaching the way they could. I think this was a wonderful initiation by individual teacher, individual institution, and with the dynamic leadership of the schools with the political will. And there are certain things that happened during this time. One interesting thing was the initiation and the National Education Policy 2020 that was passed in the Parliament on 29th of June in 20, and which is a very transformative model to bring quality in school education and in the education at all levels, school education and higher education at large. And so I would like to present some of the things that had happened and the policy priorities and also the kind of practices that we have been doing in the country. Friends, we have a national center for school leadership, which was actually established in the country with the National University of Educational Planning and Administration in New Delhi, which was the first time of kind because the educational leaders at all levels, there has not been any pre-service training for them. It is the virtue of the seniority, the institutions and the government appoints the principals of the schools. So now there is a perspective that if you want to make the system work effectively, the broad educational ideology and the shift is to preparing the school leaders in a very severe manner. I think therefore this National Center for School Leadership, which is actually covering the 36 states and unity and territories in the country, and 679 districts and 6,500 blocks across the country. So which is a huge task, but they have come out with a model which they follow to train the school leaders. And the model is, they identified some 6 important key areas for enhancing leadership capabilities at school level, for institution building, and to deliver quality education. And these 6 key areas are the perspectives on school leadership, where there is a basic idea about the management and the leadership and the need for educational institutions. And the second key area was developing the self. And we strongly believe if you want to lead a group, you need to lead yourself first. Therefore, the school principals need to develop themselves, and that talks about their personality traits, understanding themselves, their weaknesses, and their strengths. And the developing self is one of the key areas which the training program focuses on. And the third one is transforming teaching and learning process. And the kind of methodologies which are more of learner-centered, not the teacher-centered, and therefore the kind of leadership required to implement the learner-centered pedagogies in the classrooms. And the fourth one is the building and the leading teams. And the national model of school leadership also thinks that the leadership in school is not the individual activity of a leader, of a principal. He must organize the activities in consensus with the people. Therefore, it is more of a participatory leadership model that has to happen in the institutions. Therefore, developing skills and competencies among the school leaders with respect to building and leading teams is one of the key areas which was identified in the national leadership model, the training model that's adopted. And the fifth one is the leading innovation. And the sixth one is leading partnerships. I think all the principals working in different schools in the country are trained under the National Center for School Leadership on these 6 areas. So the model of organizing this program is of a 10 days face-to-face training program where the principals face by face come to a center and have a direct interaction with the faculty in Delhi. And then they are monitored and observed throughout the year in the institutions and their achievements and the accomplishments in the schools in terms of all the dimensions are recorded and they are celebrated at the national level. This is the kind of model which is happening since 2012 at the national way. And the government of India started a very dynamic program of professional development of teachers and also the school heads in the country. They call it as NISTA. NISTA means National Initiative for School Heads, Teachers, Holistic Advancement, which was an integrated professional development program for educational personnel actually conducted from the Ministry of Human Resource Development, which is a very flagship program where the new ideas in terms of the curriculum, in terms of assessment, in terms of technology, in terms of innovation, all these components were given, and then the head teachers and teachers are trained both in the content, methodology, and also the leadership areas. And this program has been happening, which is one of the biggest flagship program that's happening in the country. And friends, I also would like to present before you that when I talk about the India, it is a country with a lot of diversity. And all the schools working for educating children in India are not the same. We have different varieties of schoolings. We have government aided schools, we have government schools, and we also have the private schools. So all these schools are also following the textbooks of various textbook boards, whether it is a Central Board of Secondary Education Curriculum or the State Board of Secondary Education Curriculum or IGSC curriculums. Therefore, their needs and their demands are exactly the different. Therefore, we strongly believe that one particular model cannot fit into all the systems. Therefore, the contextualization is understood in its real sense, and then institutions are given autonomy to design their need-based training programs. The diversity to an extent that we have a large number of religions in the country, we have a large number of languages in the country, we have a large number of culturals and demographic, the geographical conditions. So keeping all these things in mind, there is a concerted effort of the federal government, the central government, I say, and then the state government, local government, and how these institutions cooperate with each other and come out with a perspective for developing school leadership. Friends, the new education policy, which was passed in the parliament on the June 2020, is a paradigm shift in education. It has actually brought several changes into Indian education system in terms of its patterns and also the kind of functions which they are expecting for every system. So we strongly believe in access, equity, and equality in education. The policy highlights that education should focus about the holistic development. Therefore, the kind of changes that were incorporated in the curriculum, teacher development, and also the assessment practices are aligned with the development of competencies in our children, in teachers, and the character building, which is also an important component, and the citizenship. Therefore, we have the 3 important C's in our educational system that national education policy focus on: the competency building, the character building, and the citizenship building in the educational systems that we have it. Therefore, it is a very, very challenging task for the institutions now. It is just 2 months back the policy was passed in the parliament. Therefore, it is a challenging task for every institution to understand what the policy document talks about and then convert the policy into an effective program. Therefore, it is a challenging task and a dynamic task and a great opportunity for every educational leader, right from early childhood care to university education. And to sum up, I would like to present to you certain very prominent recommendations that the National Education Policy actually implemented. One is the National Professional Standards for Teachers. So by 2022, the Government of India is coming out with the National Professional Standards of Teachers, and every teacher in the country is expected to be competent with the professional standards. And there is a continuous teacher auditions and performance appraisals to maintain the quality. And the third one is the compulsory 50 hours, the continuous professional development of teachers and the school heads in a year, which is a new initiative that talks about identifying the importance of continuous professional development and make it a compulsory for the teachers and the principals in a year, the 50 hours they need to do it. And the principals need to be trained under these programs in leadership, school management, and competency-based the learning achievements. Friends, the policy document is really a big paradigm shift in education. And if you want to bring the transformation in education, the leadership, which is very important, and we focus about the school-based leadership and the leadership which is required at the institutional base. Thank you so much.